Hey guys, Indy here, ready to record, excuse me, RPG a Day 25. How do you thank your GM? Now, I've already listened to some of the videos that I'm subscribed to today, and people such as, there are plenty of other people out there as well. I have a feeling that maybe a lot of these answers are the same. Ivan Mike, Runeslinger, like those guys. Those are the ones that I've listened to right now, and they completely copy what I would say. I mean, not copy, they got there first. But yeah, run games and invite the GM into it. So they don't always have to do it. Maybe they want to, but maybe they don't. Um, I mean, there was being present to play. Um, Running to host it, maybe. Personally, I would prefer to just not have to drive. So I tend to actually prefer to host when I'm the GM because that just gives me one more thing to have to think about. So it's always a nice offer, right? It's the thought that counts in a lot of ways. But in general, I would prefer to have to not have to drive. But then again, that might mean I might have to clean up a bit. So I can see how that might be really attractive. But anyways, the only thing I really wanted to add to this, and it's really just adding, because like I said, those answers are great. I'm looking forward to hearing more of other people's answers. And maybe there'll be some other really great ideas out there. Sometimes I do have homework for my players. I had sometimes the whole process when you are coming from outside of Rolemaster, inside of Rolemaster, there's so many expectation shifts you have to make. Being exposed to being able to buy all the skills, I mean, not buy them all, but they're all available to you, just at what costs, sends some people into a lot of, I don't want to say analysis paralysis, because I don't think they're getting stuck. They don't get stuck, they just have a lot of analyzing that they have to do. That maybe they're not used to thinking of things in that way. Maybe they don't have a clear character concept to direct that thinking yet. So sometimes my character creation process with players has to go beyond when we sat down together to do it. So sometimes I have like, hey, you need to decide whether you want to do this or that. You guys need to level your characters in between sessions. You need to I've instructed on you how to figure this thing out. You need to go figure it out. I'd like to have, short-term goals and potentially a long-term goal for your characters. Like, who are these people? What do they want to do? And one of the only time I've ever had to remove a player was in part, which I talked about last RPG a Day in 2016. In part, it was because he just kept showing up late. Like, seriously late. But the other part was he'd show up and then start working on his character, head down, and didn't contribute. That kind of falls into Ivan Mike's comment of be present to play. When he was playing with us, I really enjoyed his interaction. But I feel like the whole reason why he still had that stuff to do was because he wasn't doing it on his own. And it's not like he was like, well, I don't understand the system. I have to get Indy's help. So, and I don't have his personal contact information. He did. He could have gotten a hold of me. But, it wasn't like that kind of stuff slowing him down from doing these things. He just wasn't. Maybe he was a bit more of a beer and pretzels kind of person. He just wants to come and sit down and, and I don't want to have to think about this outside of this time. I'm not dissing anybody's play style, but that's not my GM style, right? That's not the way I run the game. Usually you don't have anything to have to do in between sessions, but if I ask you to do something between session, do it. That's kind of the same part of being present to play. Sometimes being present to play isn't just, on Wednesday night, 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. or whatever. Sometimes it's outside of that time on your own. So be present to play in those times as well. Maybe that also falls into Ivan Mike's thing about thinking about the game outside of the game. So that's the only other thing that I thought I could add to this. I mean, those were all great answers. They run games for me. I was super happy when one of my players also ran some Rollmaster Unified, and I got to actually play. We only played for about 4 sessions, but it was very enjoyable. I mean, if I had to put the number 1 star, the 3-star answer out of 3, it would be offer to run games. Maybe in the systems that they like to play or like to run, so they get to play it. Maybe in other things, so they get to see what those are like. Whatever, maybe find out what their interests are. So that's it. This is way too long of a video to simply say I agree with the other people. So go find more RPG A Day videos, guys, and get involved with Brigade Con. It's going to be fun.